Associated with Linebarger Attorneys at Law. These are tax sale properties. These are properties that were set for tax sale. Nobody purchased them at that point. They were struck off, and what that means is the county now owes them as trustee for everybody who's involved in the original tax suit. So the county is the trustee for the property. At that time, anybody can come in and give a bid for the property. If that bid is less than it would have gone for on the courthouse steps, that's when it requires your authorization as well as the authorization of the county and the city. So at any point, any one of you three pull your authorization, then we go back to start. Now, there might have been a specific question that you had other than that. Go ahead.
I think the question was, he was stating that it takes 2 years to develop
Okay.
the property.
So these properties are subject to the right of redemption, and the right of redemption could vary on the property. It could be as long as 2 years, and the maximum right of redemption. So the 2 years could be possible if it was a homestead type property. Could be short as 6 months.
Okay.
I think you mentioned some other things about title, but that's something that's industry standard for the area. I'm not familiar with that, but as far as redemption period goes, people who buy these properties have to respect the possibility that the prior owners could try to redeem the property. And if they build on it to improve it, that's something that wouldn't be covered by the redemption. They would only be able to get back maintenance costs, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. That does make sense.
Is any further?
I really think that we do need to have a workshop and invite the public to figure out how to do this. I thought that was a great idea, whoever suggested it.
Well,
Well,
I know one of the things that we've talked about, and that the only requirement we had is above the 30%, right, is what our requirement that we had stated.
You approved just recently some additional stipulation.
Correct.
Mhm.
And so it used to be just a 30%. Now you are asking to know how it's going to be used. And what was the other, Mary, what was the other
Maintenance.
requirement?
Maintenance.
Maintenance
Maintenance
also.
of the property.
So, no, not just 30%.
Thirty-
Those items
maintenance.
have been added officially through a resolution, I believe, it was approved. Keep in mind, we have 5 items, and this
Yeah.
is just one.
right. Yeah.
All are next month.
Uh-huh.
All the remaining items.
Well, what's the favor on this particular one in the amount of $6,150? Sounds like it dies to me. No one's making a motion.
I just feel like we as a council maybe need to remove these and just have more discussions over these, just, and not necessarily opening seminars and all that, because that's something they have to go to the county and take care of that. But just for us to, if we have someone that is buying the properties, and just reselling those, that's the American way. But for us to be able to get more as far as air out our ideas more, I don't want to refuse next lots from buying these properties, but just to have a little more discussion as a council on these. I
He
just
does
feel
have a
like-
couple of
Yes.
lots
Yeah.
in here. One's at 79%.
Right,
And one's at 57%, so.
But it's-
So the first one,
Do y'all want to table the first one, or?
I'd like to table all the ones from next lot, because we're going to be coming across the same discussion until our next city council meeting,
I think that's a good idea, to just take.
which is July, the first, what is it, the first week in July that we have our next meeting?
Mary, I think we're beginning to back up on these. Am I correct on that? Because how many are we?
we've tabled and tabled and tabled.
At this point?
I'll be honest, I don't know the top of my head.
Mary, you.
I believe we have another 7. bring.
So we'll do-
We're gonna bring-
For next lots?
No, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know what the other ones are.
So-
We're waiting on more.
What we will do then, per what I'm hearing you say, is one way or the other, we want to get, now, this has been a public process the entire time. We go through a complex
Right.
public process. But I'm hearing you say more information needs to be provided, at the very least, to the council, which is a public meeting, so for further explanation on not only these items, but just the process in itself. So we are up to, what, 12
12.
different properties right now that we're backed up on bringing to you. But before, I'm hearing you say, before we begin addressing those, let's get more information to you, because I'm hearing you also say you want to table what's on the agenda tonight. Now, if I'm wrong, please tell me. Table what's on the agenda tonight. We would need to quickly get you, for the lack of a better term, a phrase, a training session on some of the issues we have to deal with. And Stephen, would that be something that we could bring you in on? Okay, so that'd be very helpful, actually, if we could do that. And Mary, we would need to do that as soon as possible.
Okay.
So if that's what I'm hearing, tell me if I'm wrong.
I think that's exactly what I would like.
Okay.
So y'all don't wanna sell him the one at 80%? I mean, I don't,
I'll just take him on my own.
Let's
There you
table
go.
them, and that way he's still in the loop. So
okay.
we'll table
So
them.
then the items are being pulled at the applicant's request? Okay.
Okay, so that takes us to consider an
Do we
act
have to,
on,
do we have to make a
Oh.
motion on it?
No, because they're being pulled at the applicant's request.
Oh, okay. Okay.
consider an act on rescheduling the July 5th, 2021 city council meeting to Tuesday, July 6th, 2021 due to a city holiday.